up YouTube, this is GalacticGod, and quite recently I was up on my Facebook page and I was talking to a bunch of my subscribers and I posed the question of what would you guys like to see next up here on my channel. And one of them suggested that I do a video on anime decks and if they could ever be meta. Now I found this kind of interesting because I feel like there is a lot of different anime character decks that have been meta over the different years. And I kind of wanted to take this video to talk about some of my favorite anime character type of decks that have crossed over into the mainstream and became somewhat meta within the player base. Probably the best example of this is Black Wings. Crow was one of the major characters in the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D series, and of course, his archetype became very popular among duelists. So much so that it was the top deck in many different formats. Staying on with 5Ds, we also saw decks like Infernity, who not only did very well in the meta, but actually went on to win Worlds. And although the character that used them in the anime was probably not one of the more major ones, it was definitely an archetype in which a character originated from the series. Even going back to the original series, we get decks like Harpies, which Mai used, do very well in recent years, once Legacy support was made available for him. But if you're talking about just the main protagonists from the different series, of course we gotta talk about Elemental Heroes, which of course Jaden used in the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX series. Now, the version that Jaden used is obviously not the one that's very meta-defining, but he did use all those cards at some point in different variations of his deck, not to mention the Synchrons were very much a top-tier deck at one point within the game. They are the archetype that Yusei, the main character in the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D series, uses. Now, one thing that's important to note is that obviously they don't use every card that they use in the anime. I mean, no Synchron player is probably going to use Speed Warrior in their deck, at least not realistically, not competitively, in any kind of way, shape, or form. Now, if you're trying to make your deck as close as possible to that of the anime character, using cards that no one in their right mind normally would, then of course you're probably never going to get a deck like that be meta-worthy. But the archetypes themselves that those players use within the different animes definitely hold a lot of value, and we've seen them over the years be very meta-defining and be the top deck in different formats. So to answer your question, yes, an anime character's deck could definitely be meta, as long as you don't use every single card they use in the anime. Anyhow, down in the comment section below, let me know what your guys' favorite deck is that an anime character originally used in one of the different series and why. And I guess that's going to do it for now. This is GalacticGod.